Saw that going smoother, but it's a chair on carpet. What is up, Work to Game? And today is a series of huge announcements for World of Warcraft. They came out this week, so if you've been watching your launcher, you probably have already seen them, but I just wanted to kind of dive in and share them with anybody who maybe hasn't been following Blizzard news, and let's get talking about this. So we have a launch date for Battle for Azeroth. We have a ton of information on Battle for Azeroth. Let's dive in. So Battle for Azeroth is confirmed for August 14th. Now pre-order's been up for a little while now, and when you pre-order you are going to get that 110 level boost. But what else is the expansion going to bring us? Now we are going to be getting at least 4 new races. We're going to be getting the High Mountain Tauren and the Nightborn for the Horde, and Lightforged Draenei and Void Elves for the Alliance. So each of these is set to a different zone on the Broken Isles, and you have to get exalted with that faction and finish the lore achievement for that zone, kind of just complete that zone. For example, High Mountain Tauren obviously is going to be tied to exalted with High Mountain, and is going to be paired with the achievement Ain't No Mountain High Enough. That makes sense. Now if you're still short on that rep, World Quests is the fastest way, in my opinion, to go after it, but be sure you're taking advantage of things like the Darkmoon Fair Carousel, the on-use Top Hat, you know, anything like that, as well as sending your order haul out for that rep anytime you can. Now once the above criteria are met, bring your 110 character to the embassy in Orgrimmar or Stormwind respectively, and get moving on that. I expect to see more races from Blizzard in the future, so hopefully these kind of attunements and things like this are going to be awesome. There's also a rumor that these new races are going to be starting at higher levels. I think I read a post somewhere that said they start at level 20, and so it's those little things like that that are going to start making sense as you're talking about them always being an alt class because they have an attunement type process tied to them. Now the next thing is they're going to be taking their level scaling one step further. As of Legion, you know, you can do the zones in any order on Broken Isles, and so there is kind of something nice about the way level sync works now, but it kind of ties you to each continent representing a certain range of levels, so you really shouldn't be in Legion until you're at 100, and then you can push from 100 to 110 there. They are saying that this is going to widen with Battle for Azeroth to be a much wider range of levels. I don't know exactly what that's going to mean, exactly how that's going to translate, but do expect that level sync to get pushed one step further. And this is really nice when it comes to things like running with alts, especially if you talk about like how much fun it is to do world quests with a group. Well, I may not need the world quests on my main, but my alt could probably benefit from being in those areas. And so depending on how they do this, it would be easy to see how it might be kind of like time walking, where your main gets a benefit for going back and doing things that my alt already needs to do. So that would be a really nice quality of life improvement that they can make with this system, but we'll just have to see. PvP servers are also getting a drastic change. Basically, every single server is moving to PvE, and it's going to move to a more opt-in system. And then that opt-in, instead of it just being server-wide, where you may or may not run into anybody, it's going to be more of like an instance of it. So when you opt in, you can expect to be put on other servers with people that have opted in, which increase the likelihood of that conflict that in theory you picked PvP for. I picked PvP way back when because I just didn't want to get to the point where I regretted that. And then sometimes that means it's gonna suck while you're leveling and you're getting, you know, griefed by some guy that's higher level that's just sitting there camping your body. But if I don't do that, then I can never have kind of the fun of open world PvP as it sits when we're both max level, and that's kind of a mutual thing. So this will be an interesting thing to see them roll out. It is going to make the world a little more approachable. Hopefully it doesn't kind of take that edge off of it for some people. So I think the community could react in one of two ways to this. Now there has been a ton of data mining showing new mounts, showing the new druid things, but these change, and things like class balances, all of that. And you can go over to Wowhead and you can follow this day over day, and they're going to change. I don't want to cover too much of it because it's really not even remotely reported on from World of Warcraft's website. It's just things data mined over on Wowhead that are making all these posts pop up. at least in kind of this news post. It doesn't mean we can't go speculate. That's fun to do, but we'll have to do that in a different news post. Now with that aside, it comes time to decide if you're going to buy Battle for Azeroth. If you pre-order it now, you can go ahead and, like I said, get that 110 level boost. So maybe there's an alt you've always wanted to try and you've already run it on the like free try it out for at level 100 for a little bit. Well, you can get that free level boost potion for that guy, and then you don't even have the 100 to 110 gap. You can just push it straight up. So that's a $60 value right there. So I would make sure that you kind of test those characters out, or you ask somebody which class you should use it on that you trust. But what about this collector's edition? So it's going to come with double-sided storybook, and that's one side for the Alliance and one side for the Horde. There's going to be original artwork, and there's going to be all this new story. Looks hardbacked, looks beautiful if you guys like to have that sort of thing. There's also going to be a double-sided Mark of Allegiance coin, and they show this next to a banana, and either they've gotten the world's smallest banana or this coin is enormous. It says it includes a stand. They're also going to include the soundtrack, so you can jam to that. It'll of course come with a game key, and then epic in-game content. So this is going to be a Gilded Ravasor Horde mount, a Seabraid Stallion Alliance mount, Toddle, a baby Tortolan pet, and a character boost to 110, of course. And then you get a Azeroth is Burning card back for Hearthstone, a Primal Flamesaber mount for Heroes of the Storm, Tracer Alliance and Horde banner emotes, Trobjorn for Alliance and Horde emotes, Zandalar and Cool Tiras icons, Anduin, Jaina, Sylvanas, and Varrock sprays over on Overwatch, and then last up, StarCraft 2 Alliance and Horde sprays. This is going to come in at $100 US. That may vary based on kind of where you are. You'll have to check with your kind of local retailer or whatever. But they also sell like upgrade kits for a lot of this stuff. So upgrading from standard or digital to collector's edition. I've already purchased my digital copy of Battle for Azeroth. So because that's why I came back. I came back for Battle for Azeroth, and I just wanted to play enough Legion that I feel comfortable when it launches. But I may want to upgrade to the collector's edition, so they will automatically credit me the cost of the digital copy in Blizzard Balance as long as I enter the collector's edition key before 11:59 PST on December 31st, 2018. So I definitely have time to decide, am I liking Battle for Azeroth? Do I think that this is going to be something I'm going to play for a while, and, you know, the in-game things are worth the price difference or whatever? Remember, you need to enter the Collector's Edition key before the end of the year, as automatic Blizzard Balance credits will be turned off after December 31st. Please note, if you bought the Standard Edition and upgraded to Digital Deluxe, you will be credited for the original copy only. So if you've already upgraded once, you're losing that delta there for the in-game digital items. So that's really it on kind of which one you should order. You'll have to kind of decide if that's important to you. They are starting to give out little tidbits on Battle for Azeroth previews, like island expeditions and things like that. So those are other news posts that we could cover here on Work to Game. But I just wanted to announce that we do finally have our date. That is, let me pull it up here, just make sure I'm not misstating, August 14th. So that was kind of when we all expected. Late summer, going into the fall, August 14th. Very exciting. Battle for Azeroth. Hopefully you guys will join us. This has been Chris with Work to Game. Thank you so much for hanging out, and we'll see you next time.
Hey, it's me. Thanks so much for watching this video. You should click over here to see more videos just like it, or you should click down here to check out our recent vlog. But you can also click somewhere down here below to hit the subscribe button, as well as check out our other info. Again, thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.